Hi, I'm Loren Rhoads. I'm the author of a new book called This Morbid Life, and I'm going to read a little bit of it for you today. The thing to know about This Morbid Life is it's basically a memoir in essay form. And so the essays in the book come from GothicNet or Unzipped Magazine or Scouty Girl or just a whole lot of places over the years. Some of them came from my Morbid Curiosity magazine. And I'd show you the cover, but I don't actually have the finished book yet. It's on its way from the printer, but it hasn't come yet. So it's basically this beautiful piece of artwork by Lynn Hanson. And the piece I'm going to read today was originally published in the Haunted Mansion Project Year One, which was edited by E.S. Magill. And it's a true story. You should know that going in. It's called Ghost-Inspired Fiction. Once I paid for the Haunted Mansion Writers Retreat in 2010, I worried what I'd do if the mansion really was haunted. What if things got bad and I was afraid to sleep? Since I couldn't drive myself up there, I couldn't slink out to my car and sleep in it. I'd be trapped for the weekend. As the retreat drew closer, my new worry became that I'd spent a couple $100 to write for a weekend in a haunted mansion and nothing would happen. The ghosts would ignore us, or they'd prowl around downstairs while we were all upstairs asleep. How disappointing would that be? Rain Graves, the weekend's hostess, hadn't said much about the ghosts she'd encountered in the mansion. She wanted attendees to have our own experiences, to form our own opinions. I went into the retreat blind, knowing no one but her. I met S.G. Brown and E.S. Magill in San Francisco for the ride over to Mount Tamalpais. Eunice had come up from Southern California. Scott would drive us across the Golden Gate Bridge. I was relieved to find them your typical, very nice horror writers. I felt like I wasn't making a terrible mistake going away with strangers to a haunted house. I mean, we've all seen that movie, right? I was determined to be the final girl. We arrived at the haunted mansion to find Rain standing on the grand staircase in the foyer. She offered to give us a tour so we could pick our rooms for the weekend. We dropped our luggage in the first floor parlor and followed her up the stairs. The second floor was a maze of interconnecting rooms that encircled the stairway. Almost everyone else had come with a friend with whom they planned to share a room. Since I was solo, I wavered between asking to share a stranger's room or to take a room for my own. Would the ghosts be more or less likely to mess with me if I slept alone? There were only 8 of us there that first night, rattling around in a house that seemed able to sleep 100. Rain said we would all stay on the second floor, even though that's where she'd had the most intense of her ghostly encounters. Most of the second floor rooms were pass-throughs, or each dormitory style room connected to the next. I don't sleep well at the best of times, so I wasn't eager to choose a room where people might walk through in the night to use the bathroom. Rain's tour paused outside a little blue room tucked between a suite, which was reserved for the one married couple among us, and dead space. I'm not sure what lay on the other side of the wall. Maybe a linen closet? It wasn't another guest room anyway. The blue room felt very restful to me, welcoming. It helped that it only had one door, which faced the bed, and a window that looked out on Mount Tam. Its energy felt inviting. When I saw the artwork hanging above the vanity, a piece of white silk featuring a bright phoenix, I had to have that room. Because I wear a phoenix tattoo on my shoulder, the room and I shared a kinship. In fact, the little room proved to be a great haven, especially after I set my suitcase in front of the closet. Not that I thought anything was going to come through there or that the suitcase provided much of a barricade, but with big empty spaces, you never know. I've seen poltergeist too many times. That night, after we'd drunk a fair amount of Rain's good Argentinian wine, I settled into the double bed, feeling safe in a way that I wouldn't in a room with more doors. I closed my eyes, exhausted and slightly drunk, and sleep wouldn't come. I thought I heard whispering voices, then a man speaking, but Yvonne Navarro and Weston Oaks had the suite that shared the minuscule balcony outside my window. I put my headphones on to black the voices out. So I lay there in the dark, trying to sleep, The light in my room kept changing. Smudges and smears of light flashed through the well of shadow that lay between the bed and the vanity. The sliver of light coming in around the door grew wider toward morning, as if the door inched open, but it hadn't. Even so, I didn't want to turn my back toward the center of the room. Finally, about 4:30, I told myself sternly that I really needed to get some sleep. I rolled onto my stomach, clutched the pillow, and felt myself relax. Sleep was washing over me when something the size of a hand compressed the hair on the right side of my head. Electricity thrilled through me. Without a doubt, someone had touched me. I knew I was still alone in the room, but I opened my eyes anyways. The room remained silent, empty, holding its breath to see what I would do. "Hello," I said. "It will be dawn soon. I'd really like to get some sleep before then. Can we talk in the morning?" I waited, but nothing more happened. Sleep was remarkably easy to find. Thank you. This is part of This Morbid Life.